It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock. It's the TNG review show. Yay! You're supposed to clap at that point. There we go.
Your audio sounds a little bit different.
Does it?
Sorry, I didn't notice it before. Is your mic on?
Don't tell me that now. Audio.
Nook nah, Stuplan.
Nook nah. No, for some reason, what you're hearing through
better.
StreamYard had the wrong settings. I actually realised when I was about to go live that actually Streamlabs had all the wrong settings as well. So something had happened to my computer and changed all my settings, which is really useful just as you go live, isn't it? But we're here. We are here. Good evening, Maz McBob. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
Are you having a fab week?
I am having a fab week. It's just some wonderful kinds of foodstuffs happening in my house in the last week.
I have seen the pictures on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yes.
How nice for
just
you.
all kinds and many, many, many. It's like each meal is like, you've cooked for 10 people.
Very nice.
Cool.
Very, very nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Hi,
And
Andrew, Stu,
yes,
Nikki.
hello,
Who else
chat.
have I missed?
a name
know
I
how
can't
to-
pronounce. I don't know
Yeah.
how you pronounce that. I don't know if you can help us phonetically say your name, but hi, whatever that name is. It's like,
Bananamump.
well, it's it's a lot of those letters aren't pronounced the way you think they're pronounced. Anyway, yes, hello, and good evening, Smiler Rainbow, my ever-suffering wrench. Good evening to you all. Good news. The Vault's up over 280 subscribers.
Oh, badness happened there, but we're back again.
Oh, don't tell me that.
We had a little circle for a minute, but we're back.
We're back. Yeah, I don't know. It says it's all right on my end, but anyway, we'll continue unless someone in chat says we've disappeared. Yes. What was I saying? Can't remember. But anyway, we are here. It's the last or second to last episode of season 3 tonight. We are back next week with the end of season 3 finale. So please join us for that. And G-Star will be joining us next week on our panel. He's coming back for the end of season 3. So we'll
Not
get
surprised. What an awesome episode.
Yeah, so join us for that next week. But this week we are here to talk about Transfigurations.
Yes.
Let us know in chat if the stream's coming through all right or whether there's any issues. Let us know. Snook now, everybody. So yes, Transfigurations. That's the episode we're here to talk about tonight. It's episode 25 of season 3, production number 40273-173. It first aired on the 4th of June, 1990, and is the 72nd episode to be both produced and released. Can you believe we've done about 72 of these now? That just seems crazy.
I can.
It just seems crazy to me.
I was there.
You were there. I barely remember what happened last week. It was written by Renee Echeverria, who's a Star Trek stalwart who has written lots and lots of episodes. He wrote 18 of TNG episodes, and this is the second episode he wrote. The first one being The Offspring. It's directed by Tom Benko. He's interesting as he's the only person in history to have directed, edited, and written Star Trek episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. He's a...
Apparently, our mystery guest might be Vlody, might be Oksana's husband.
Oh,
It's very exciting.
that's very exciting. Well, hello.
Yay.
Hello, Vlody. I hope you had a lovely birthday last week. I think it was, or a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, and I hope everything's well for you over in Ukraine. Funny enough, I was actually looking around Lviv.
What
On Street View, just
like
having a look around.
Google Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, Street View.
Yeah. Beautiful town. It's beautiful. Yeah, very, very beautiful.
Hopefully, when all this war stuff's over, we'll all be able to go over and visit.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yes, Tom Benko. There you go. Who wants to see the trailer again?
Me.
You. Here we go then. For those that didn't see it at the end of the last stream, here. Oh no! Don't do that.
Next time.
Oh, shush.
On Star Trek.
Shush! Stop! Shush!
Love it.
Behave. Right. Share my screen. Here's the trailer.
Next time. On Star Trek, The Next Generation.
You hear it?
A life-saving mission uncovers a mysterious humanoid.
Who are you? What are you?
He is one of 4 escaped prisoners.
Is he the helpless victim of an evil plot?
I cannot control what is happening to me.
Or a fugitive who could destroy the crew?
They don't know how dangerous you are.
Find out on Star Trek, The Next Generation.
There you go. That's the trailer.
Beautiful.
They make it look like quite an exciting episode, which is pretty cool. And we do have pictures in Memory Alpha this week, so we will be using the Memory Alpha pictures. Starting with that one. There we go. I've got your questions this evening. I wonder if G will be doing the questions next week as he's back for the episode.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to check.
Yeah, and we'll be getting his catching up with his scores. And he's come up with a good idea for the next season for scoring, as he's going to be not around a lot. The third scores, we're going to take an average of everyone in the chat scores and have chat. So it'll be me, you, and chat.
Ah,
So that's what we're going to do next season.
cool.
Yeah.
You will all have a voice.
You will all have a voice, yes. Which is only right. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that before, but there you go. Right, so on with the teaser. The Enterprise is charting an unexplored star system within the Zeta Gallus cluster, and all is quiet. Geordi and Worf are in 10 forward, and Geordi's telling Worf how he's interested in a fellow crew member sitting at another table. There we go. Geordi's like, don't look now, but Worf thinks it's good if she sees Geordi staring at her, as she can see the fire in his eyes. Geordi looks at him like, are you serious, man? Look at my face. He's got a visor on. He kind of looks at Worf like, you have me on? Which I thought was quite a funny little moment. She does notice, because she comes over and starts a conversation with him, but in true Geordi style, he completely bombs and stutters his words. Sounds really boring. And Worf tells him he has much to learn. Oh, he has much to teach him. Sorry. So he's going to be Geordi's love guru.
Yeah, but he said words weren't important. What's important is that she gets your scent.
Yeah, that's right.
Klingons. They're funny.
So that's leads into question 1. So Karen, you're not here, so you're going to miss out on question 1.
Where's Kaz?
Sorry, Kaz. I don't know. I haven't heard from her today. So question 1 is, Christy was sitting at table behind Geordi, but was she sitting at the table with a male crew member, a female crew member, an alien, or was she sitting by herself? So, there you go. Who was she sitting at the table with? A male crew member, a female crew member, an alien, or was she sitting by herself? Answers in chat. Thank you, Smiler. Now, as Geordie was sitting here bombing, luckily he gets called away to join an away team to search a crashed ship that's been found on the planet below. He meets them in the corridor, and the doc tells him that they've also picked up life signs that are fading. They beam down, inspect the wreckage, and find a survivor with heavy damage to his face and missing an arm.
It was pretty gruesome injuries for a TNG episode.
I know, I thought so too. I mean, this is the picture they have on Memory Alpha, but I did find in... sorry about this, everyone. I'm going to put this picture up on screen, and it's pretty gruesome, but...
That's all right. I think you got some sort of parental advisory on your channel.
Yeah, I think so. But it's ever so good makeup. You can see teeth in everything.
Yeah.
And brain. Look, there's brain sticking out and teeth.
Yeah.
It's pretty gruesome makeup. But yeah, there you go. Beverly asks for a volunteer to help stabilize him with a direct neural feedback link. Geordie steps up, but when the connection begins, a ball of light enters Geordie's head. At this point, we don't know if the ball of light is a normal operation procedure for this device, or whether that's unusual. But there you go. It happens anyway. Beverly then instructs.
Oh. Well, I'm saying the problem with makeup like this is that the BBC used to chop the edits and hide it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it never really occurred to me before. I was watching this thinking, I don't remember there being that kind of gruesome injuries. But maybe that's because, it's been edited out when I've seen it on occasions.
We've also, I think we've got, that's the neural link. So that's the thing they put on his head.
Very high-tech looking.
Very high-tech looking neural link. And Beverly instructs the Enterprise that there's 3 to beam directly to sickbay. And once again, O'Brien in the transporter room has his sixth sense and knows everything that's going on. And from his 3 little buttons in front of him, knows exactly what 3 Beverly's talking about. And beams up the survivor, Beverly and Geordie. And leaves, I think it's Data and Riker on the planet. He's good, though.
It would have been funny, though, if they got it wrong and, Geordie got left behind and she got it there. She's like, great, now he's dead. Do you realise what you've done?
Yeah. It's funny. Right, and that was the end of the teaser. So, yeah. We go back to the questions. Or have you got any? Or should
we have 5 answers.
Should we go to the answers?
Goes female, female, alien, female, female.
Female, female, alien, female, female. Well, one of those answers is not like the others.
That's true.
Unfortunately, for Andrew, it was a female officer. She was having drinks with. So yes, well done, Maz, Sean, Stu, and Mickey.
Or some other kind of humanoid, but yeah, she was definitely female. Because they said which one of the women. That's.
Yes, he did.
Although I think Andrew deserves some points for his cool use of an alien emoji.
It's a good use of emoji.
20, 20, and 20. Oh, and Karen's come in with a B.
Oh, she just snuck in there, didn't she? She just snuck in there. Or she's gotten a question behind
given
already.
An answer after we've already told her the
answer. Standard operating model for Karen.
For Kaz.
Yeah. Well, it's lovely.
Says, well, it was a female alien, clearly.
Well, that's a good point. Good point, Andrew. I like your attempt there, but yeah, I'm not buying that one that time. No, but evening, Karen. Welcome on board.
Steward's inquiry, Sean says.
Don't push me because you know I will cave.
Yeah, so you're not in your usual, here, have 1,000
Here, have some
points
points.
mode. It's because you haven't got any blood wine, that's why.
No, I've got orange juice this evening.
So somebody imbibed a little bit on the Eurovision last night, didn't we?
To get me through Eurovision, I have to do it with wine. Copious amounts
It
of
was
wine.
great, though. Ukraine's through.
Ukraine's through. I thought Ukraine was pretty good as well.
They were really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Though I did like the yellow dog, the banana dog one. That was crazy.
That was bizarre.
Oh, dear. Right, where am I? Act 1. That's what I'm doing. Eurovision. Right. Act 1. So, the alien being treated in sickbay with the doctor working hard to save his life. On the bridge, Riker shows Picard some sort of blue bottle he found in the wreckage, and tells him that the wreckage he found looks like an escape pod. Data detects debris and refined metals in orbit around the planet, and Worf confirms that he found evidence of phaser fire in that orbiting debris. Picard orders Data to find out what information is stored in the blue bottle. Let me go back to the other images. There we go. Oh, no. I think that one's next. Funnily enough, in Memory Alpha, they've got the images the wrong way around for this scene. They've got... I don't know why, but there you go. There we go. Yeah. In sickbay, the alien seems to be stable, and Geordie's keen to be released. He gets clean bill of health from Beverly, and he tells Bev he feels great. He's never felt better. Picard then visits sickbay, and Beverly tells him that outlook was grim. But it's now looking a lot better. The alien can repair himself at super fast speeds. She also finds that the cells in his body are mutating, and that's in no relation to the accident. In 10 forward, Geordie, Data and Worf are hanging out drinking synthahol. Geordie and Data are mulling over how to get the data out of the blue bottle, which the conversation completely bores Worf, who keeps looking at the ceiling and tutting and sighing. Geordie comes up with a good idea to send the blue bottle test signals and see if it responds. Data wants to test that theory out immediately. But Worf wants less talk and more synthahol. Geordie then spots Christie and goes and talks to her. So after his disastrous performance this morning, he's trying again.
Rather more successfully.
But when he approaches her, so this is question 2. When he approaches her, where is she on her way to? Is she on her way to
I know.
A, sick bay, B, hydroponics, C, the arboretum, or D, the shuttle bay? Where's Christie on her way to? A, sick bay, B, hydroponics, C, the arboretum, or D, the shuttle bay? A, B, C, or D?
So at the beginning, you know the nurse that was helping Dr. Crusher? Do you know her name?
No.
Well, she's called Nurse Temple.
Oh.
Which is sort of a homage to Nurse Chapel.
Right.
You know,
Temple, Chapel. Very good.
Thought that was a nice little thingy. And obviously this character here, Christy Henshaw, we previously saw these guys having like a bit of a real cringe day.
Yeah, in the holodeck.
And she was not interested in him at all. So I wonder what's happened between then and now to make her suddenly so interested.
She told him that she just didn't return
Didn't feel that way about him.
No. When he he tried to put his arm around her really awkwardly, and it was cringe.
Yeah, it was pretty cringe.
Pretty cringe.
And when they beamed down, see, I forgot to say all this after the teaser. Data, after they beamed down, he was like scanning and going, yes, the radiation levels are not dangerous. It's like, do you really want to scan for that after you're already down there?
Yeah.
Surely if they weren't sure, they'd have taken some kind of, radiation type suits.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So.
that was all my first bits I missed out.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Pray continue.
Right. Geordie is like, can I join you? Chris is like, I didn't think you liked girls. Well, she didn't say girls, but that's kind of what I read into it.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, he took her out on a date.
I know. No, I know.
Doesn't make any sense.
She said, I didn't think you liked that kind of thing. But Geordie says, there's a lot you don't know about me. And they exit 10 forward, arm in arm. Data looks on, a bit surprised at what just happened. Worf says he's been tutoring him, and he learns fast. Back in sickbay, the alien is removed from the medical unit and wakes up, grabbing Beverly's hand. It turns out, though, he doesn't know who he is. So that was the end of Act 1. So
The guys in chat were laughing a bit about Eurovision.
Oh,
Sean says, I predict UK to get at least as many points as they did last year. What did we get? 0.
I think
Did they not have it last year because of the pandemic?
No, I'm pretty sure. Did they have it last year? I think they did have it last year, and I think we got 0 points. Yeah.
And then Mickey says UK are doing a Star Trek theme song, I'm Only Human. Oh, dear. And then everybody's saying hydroponics, which is interesting because that's not what I thought it was.
So we got...
Either everybody's wrong or I'm going to be wrong.
So is everybody answered?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answers. That's everybody, I think.
You haven't submitted your answer yet, Maz.
I have.
Have you? Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, there it is at the bottom. It's just popped up.
So most people have gone for B. I've gone for C, and Mickey's gone for A.
And the correct answer is C. It's the Arboretum. They're off. They're off to the Arboretum. So, yeah, not hydroponics.
This never happens. Everybody got 0 except for me.
I don't think hydroponics really became a thing until Voyager. I mean, I'm not sure whether it's mentioned in TNG or not, but hydroponics is definitely a location in Voyager that they go to quite a lot, but not in Star Trek The Next Generation.
And Sean says there's a deleted scene that explains it. He replicated a can of Lynx Africa and went to town with it. That's how he's suddenly become irresistible.
Very good. Very good. That's very funny, Sean. He certainly got his mojo, didn't he? He certainly got his mojo.
Certainly did. Who knew what a little glowy ball could do for a person?
Wow, indeed. Have you got any other goofs, trivia, bits and pieces for this act?
Just that the way where the guy is being sort of worked on, the John Doe, it's like a big lab set, like a laboratory area thing. It's like not like the normal sick bay, and it's later used as stellar cartography and a bunch of other kind of lab type sets. I'm sure you've probably got some comparison thingies somewhere.
Lab type sets. Let's have a little look. This set here. I can tell you that console that Beverly's sat at there, or stood at, sorry, that was originally developed for Star Trek V.
Oh yeah.
And it was the back wall of the transporter room. to make it
Oh,
look
right.
different to the TNG transporter room. And this console over here was used in the last episode we reviewed, Menage a Troy, in the Ferengi quarters. And obviously that chair there, that's a Star Trek 5 and 6 chair. There's some other bits and pieces about this room, but as you say, it's one of the last semi-permanent sets created for Star Trek The Next Generation, and it's used again and again throughout the rest of the Star Trek run. Here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to quickly find it. Bear with me. Or I'm not going to find it at all. No, I'm not going to find it. Oh, there we are. There's that console that I said was used in Star Trek 5 as the back wall of
Yeah.
the transporter room.
It's all kind of dark and mysterious looking.
There it is in Star Trek 6.
Uh-huh.
And the other one, you're just going to have to believe me.
Yeah. Sean says that hydroponics means that you've got plants grown in water.
Yes, that's
but
right.
they're actually grown in soil.
Were they?
Well, yeah, that's what they look like anyway when you see them. You know, they got soil. And also on the set, you know, for the, I think it was the set for the actual lab, Sean says the medical instruments in the corner looks like those dental x-ray things.
Yeah, I think it could be. Yeah, it could be. So, moving on. We're on to act number 2. And because the pictures are in the wrong order, we will go backwards. Which is weird. But anyway, the alien that Dr. Crusher's been now calling John Doe is making quick progress, recovering, and tries to walk with the aid of motor assist bands. He falls into Picard's arms and thanks him.
Oh, Kaz, I bet you wish you could do that.
Yeah.
She must be so jealous of John Doe.
Yeah. He falls into Picard's arms and thanks him for his quick reflexes. He still doesn't remember who he is, though. Bev's at a loss as none of the conventional therapies work with his neural patterns. John Doe comes over with some kind of pain. The pain is in relation to his mysterious cell mutation.
When they were looking at that cell mutation, I don't know if you noticed, but Bev brought up a screen for Picard, and it came up, and Picard went, "Oh, the cells are regenerating," and then you sort of see the cells start changing. It's
Yeah.
like he seemed to know what was happening before the display even showed him.
It did. It did.
A psychic.
You can see the future. I don't know if I've got a picture of the cell mutating thing. No, I don't. No. Elsewhere on the ship, Riker is waiting for the turbo lift. When it opens, Geordie is playing tonsil tennis with Christy. She leaves the turbo lift as it's her stop and Riker gets in.
Stu Plum's reminded everybody to like the stream.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Like, share, subscribe, all those things. What's that?
Sean says Beverly's really slumming it with this guy. He's nice, but he's no ghost candle that used to do her granny.
Oh, yeah.
You're referring to what so many people on the Facebook sites call the worst TNG episode ever.
Yeah, they don't like that episode, do they?
No, I mean, it'll be interesting when we get round to it as to how much we hate it, but I don't remember it being as terrible as everybody else describes it, not compared to some things like Code of Honor, but yeah.
We will
Funny.
see. We'll see.
You do make me chuckle, Sean. Thank you.
It is funny. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Riker's gotten in the lift. Yeah. Geordi comments that for the past month or so, everything's been going his way. Doesn't know what, but something around him's changed. And Riker thinks the only thing that's changed is Geordi himself. O'Brien enters sickbay because he's dislocated his shoulder kayaking. Wes walks in behind him and slaps him on the shoulder, which causes him pain, which is quite funny. And then John Doe. John Doe is up and about. He's now up and about and walking.
Also slapping him on the shoulder, but in a less painful way.
He walks over, he heals him with his hands, like Jesus. Beverly confirms that it's a miracle, but John doesn't know how he's done it. He just felt it was the right thing to do, like instinct, but he doesn't know how or why he did what he did.
Pardon me.
Interestingly, this is the second time. This is the first time, but O'Brien injures his shoulder kayaking again in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, it becomes a bit of a running theme. He does it many, many times.
Yeah. And in Deep Space Nine, he's even wearing the same outfit.
Oh, is he?
I had a picture somewhere. And now I've lost it.
I mean, if they went to the effort of making a little outfit like that, you would think they'd want to reuse it.
Oh, here you go. They do. I think they do dye it a slightly different colour, because here he is walking into sick bay with his arm injured through kayaking, and here he is in Deep Space Nine walking into sick bay because he's injured his arm kayaking. And if you look at it, it's blue, yellow, or purple. Sorry, or blue inside, purple arms, and any yellow, black, and purple lines. And if you look at it now, it's blue, purple.
Yeah, it's like the jacket's the same, but it doesn't have the skin tight, leave nothing to the imagination trousers on.
No, he doesn't have the trousers on, and it looks a different colour, but it's definitely, I think, the same sort of. They've used the
Definitely,
same sort
I think the same thing.
Yeah. Go back to that one.
Sean says Section 31 was foiled by O'Brien's shoulder. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It wasn't that long ago.
No, there was all the stuff with Julian, and then what was he called, Slater or something?
Yeah.
Can't remember his name.
I can't remember that. I believe.
I'm currently making my way through.
I believe you, Sean.
I'm on like season 5, so I'll be watching those episodes in the next week or so.
Yeah. 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 So, over dinner with Wesley, Beverly admits she finds John intriguing. She denies any romantic connection, though. She feels her connection with him is spiritual, which, he goes around miracle healing her patients. She's going to feel that way about him. But question number 3, at the dinner with Wesley and Beverly, they were drinking something. But what colour was the drink in their glasses and in their canteen? Was it red, pink, blue, or purple? A, B, C, or D? Red, pink, blue, or purple? What were they drinking?
Yeah, so he says Bashir grabbed O'Brien's shoulder and he shrugs and lies and said he hurt it skiing or something, and O'Brien doesn't correct him. That's how Bashir knows he's being played.
I see.
Clever.
Drinking
what colour? Red, pink, blue, purple. Do you know? I have no idea.
Well, it's a bit of a random.
I lose my convincing lead now.
It's a bit of a random question, but.
Ugh.
And I don't have a picture of it, so you're just going to have to believe me. I know. There's going to be doubters. There's going to be
We're
doubters.
going to get into, was it a pinky purple kind of debate?
Well, you're just going to have to trust me. You're just going to have to trust me.
Oh, well, here we go. I've just guessed B, and 2 other people have guessed B, so I feel like I might be onto a winner. I mean, they might be guessing, but I'm assuming they might know. So maybe I'm onto a winner.
Mickey's colorblind, so he's completely guessing. Sorry, I wasn't.
Three different colours have been guessed so far.
I wasn't being particularly inclusive with that question, I guess.
Yeah.
Not thinking about poor Mickey and his colorblindness. Yeah.
Well, I need glasses. That means any observational questions, I'm at a disadvantage.
Right, so as answers are coming in, I'll just carry on for a minute. On the bridge, Geordie has another idea on how to access the blue bottle. He thinks the data may be encoded in its molecular structure. I'm pretty surprised you didn't come up with that before. They've had that bottle now on the ship for like over a month. And now he thinks, oh, I know, let's try having a look at it anyway. Data applies. He applies the molecular algorithm and finds a navigational chart. Geordie shouts to Picard to come over. He shouts really loud on the bridge. He goes, Captain! It's like, all right. Like,
Is this his new confident self?
Picard was standing right behind him. But anyway, they get the captain's attention. They compare the star chart to their data, but they can't find any coalition. So they analyze the data further, and data makes an assumption that some of the symbols are pulsars. And this ends up then matching the pulsars that they know about. And they apply the flight path to it and trace it back to its source. So they know
There's
where
a weird
John
bit of
Doe
dubbing
came
on
from.
Data's voice in that bit. I
Is there?
don't know if you
I
noticed.
didn't notice, no.
It's like where he's saying some words and his mouth is moving slightly differently. I'm not exactly sure why.
Oh, I didn't notice. I noticed later on when Picard's talking to the view screen, there's a weird dub bit where they insert an extra word.
Ah, right. I didn't notice that one.
Yeah.
And there was a supposed goof online about Data using a contraction, but I went back and listened to it a few times, and it wasn't. People say that he said we've, but he said we have done this, but he actually says we have, but it's like we have so
quick.
close together that it sounds like we've. But yeah, I listened to it a couple times. I was like, no, he did say it separate.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, they found John Doe's home. They know where he's come from. They found the heading. Picard informs John of the good news, but John is not happy.
He is scared.
He is asked not to be taken home. He now remembers that he and the others that were with him were escaping. Though he remembers that, he doesn't remember who the others were or what he was escaping from, but it sounds pretty bad. He's adamant about not being taken back. But Picard says they have 3 weeks until they arrive, so plenty of time to discuss it. When Crusher and Picard leave, John glows yellow for a bit. And that's how Act 2 ends. Yes.
We have 6 answers.
Oh, that's good news.
We have purple, pink, 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 blue, blue. You're going to tell me it's red, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to tell you it begins with the letter P.
Ooh, so it was either pink or purple. Sorry, Andrew and Karen.
It's pink. It was pink.
Oh, it's pink.
It was pink.
My guess was good. So that is 60 points to Mickey, puts you on 80. 60 points to Stu Plum, also on 80. 60 points to me, puts me on 120.
You in the lead?
I am in the lead.
My gosh.
And then Kaz and Sean are on 20. And Andrew, you got 0. Sorry, Andrew.
Oh, sorry, Andrew.
Sometimes.
It's still early. There's going to be plenty more points to be grabbed.
Season 4 will be your season.
Season 4. There's always season 4. Is there any goofs or any other trivia from Act 2?
There's probably little bitties and bobbies. There was something about like when because his arm was missing, wasn't it? And then it came back again. So you could assume that he had a prosthetic, but apparently there was something in the script which said that his other arm, like the severed arm, was kept in stasis or something and then reattached.
Oh.
I didn't pick up. I was listening for it, but I didn't pick up where they were talking about his arm. So I'm not entirely sure about that. But yeah, and just some stuff about his. I mean, that memory device. I mean, you know how much these days, how much information you can store on really, really minuscule things.
Yeah.
And this is like a thing like this. It's like, how much data would something like that be able to store? And what has it got on it? A flight path.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's like that could be stored on a grain of sand.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely huge. And they talk about, what is it? Like, they call it memory RNA. I don't know if that's supposed to be a bit like messenger RNA. But it's the idea that they could use, genes as
like DNA.
Genes are encoded, with a lot of information and stuff, that they could use that as like a, some sort of storage device. And apparently it was in the mid 60s, there was a bit of a sort of fringe kind of research done around using genetics as storage devices, and it never kind of really went anywhere. But yeah.
There's the bottle. There's the bottle once again, used later on in Voyager.
Oh, yeah.
The blue bottle. There it is.
Talked about Miles and his cranky arm.
Yep.
I think that's it for the moment.
Marvellous. So we're on to Act 3. Dr. Crusher takes John on a tour of the ship, and they end up in 10 forward. He is surprised at how different people on the ship all work together as one. He feels his people are different from that somehow. Beverly is happy at the friendship that has developed between them. And John shares her feelings, though he does say that he's currently on a journey that he must finish before anything else can happen. On the bridge, Worf detects a ship approaching. Data confirms that it's approaching, but at what warp speed? What warp speed is this ship approaching? Is it approaching them at warp 9.72, 9.27, 9.97, or 9.79?
No idea. Absolutely no idea.
This is more of a sort of G-star style question, isn't it? I could have had an E on that, none of the above.
Wow.
Really
Smile Rainbow was so quick off the mark. And Stuplum was really quick with his answer as well. Golly.
Oh, yeah.
And Sean says that's how COVID vaccines work on a similar basis using mRNA. I think, yeah, that's right. I think one or two of them do. And I think one or two of them use a slightly different approach. But I'm pretty sure the one I had first, I can't remember which one that was, that used an mRNA type. Yeah. Oh, we've got all sorts of different answers. We've got an A, we've got a B, we've got a C and a D so far, and then another C, and Kaz hasn't answered yet. So we've got all of the letters covered. So somebody, at least one person, has it right.
Yep.
At least you didn't say E, none of the above. That would have really made it a G-star question.
Yeah, it would have done. Yeah. So either way, they're all surprised at how fast the ship is approaching. Back in sickbay, John Doe collapses. He says the pain is much worse. He feels he must get off the ship. He glows yellow for a bit and then makes a run for it. The doctor contacts security. In the shuttle bay, Geordi and his engineering team are realigning the magnetic inducers on the starboard nacelles of a shuttle pod when John enters the shuttle bay control booth. Worf enters to try to stop him and draws his weapon. John warns him not to come close, but he then glows yellow again, and somehow the yellow light throws Worf over the railings to the shuttle bay below. Unfortunately, this breaks Worf's neck, and by the looks of it, kills him, as Beverly can't find any life signs. John comes down from the shuttle bay room, though, and fixes him with his magic hands.
Who are those guys in the background?
They're guys.
Oh,
I'm
neither
guessing-
of them are Russell then.
I'm guessing Worf's security team. I'm thinking.
Apparently Ensign Russell's in this episode, and I was trying to find a random yellow shirt, and I was thinking, could he be one of these two? But
I think he was one of the
The one on the
engineers
left?
working on the shuttle pod.
oh, right.
I think. Because there was a lady and a man working with Geordie on the shuttle pod, and I think the guy was Ensign Russell.
And just before this scene as well, they had a really brief scene on the bridge, and in the background went Ensign Gates. So in terms of our Ensign Gates and Ensign Russell spotting, they both appeared within, a matter of a minute or so of each other. One of their 50-odd episode appearances.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think Russell's been in it yet.
Oh, right, okay.
No, he's not
Because
been
he
in it.
wasn't the one lying on the floor later. I kept looking at every yellow shirt, going, "Is that Russell? Is that Russell?" I was
We'll
struggling to
see.
spot
We'll
him.
see if we can spot him. we'll see if we can spot him. Yeah.
Sean says the yellow shirts don't have matching outfits. Yeah, that's true. Actually, the one on the left there managed to get a new uniform. I don't know how he swung that.
Yeah.
Normally they have the old ones on.
Yeah, and that is that's one of the first times we've seen the actual pucker crewman jumpsuit uniform. That will be the uniform going forward for the sort of the crew, I suppose. Because they have one-piece jumpsuits where the command crew have
the
the
two-piece.
two-piece baggy sort of the baggy ones. Yeah.
Oh, Karen's answered as well now. So we've got all the answers in, if that helps.
Oh, that's good.
Poor little Worfy.
Yeah.
He's all injured and broken.
He is. Right, should we go to the answers then? Let's go to the
Yeah, why not?
answers. What we got? What have people answered?
Well, Stu Plum says 9.72. I said 9.27. Sean said 9.79. Andrew said 9.97.
Oh.
Mickey said 9.97. And Kaz said 9.97.
Well, I can tell you the answer is 9.72.
9.72. So Stu Plum
Yeah.
was the only one who got it right.
Yeah.
Well done, Stu Plum.
Well done, Stephen.
80 points to Stu Plum. That catapults you into the lead with 160 points. I am now in second place with 120. Mickey's third with 80. Kaz and Sean still have 20. And Andrew still has 0. Ooh,
Sorry, Andrew.
sorry, Andrew.
There's a couple more questions to go. There's a couple more. Well,
Sean says Worf gets beaten up quite a lot in the show. Basically, anytime someone gets injured, it's Worf.
yeah.
Well,
bless
to be
him.
fair, they he said there's a supercut of Worf being thrown around. To be fair, like Klingons, they've got loads of redundant organs and things like that because they're a warrior species. They have all kinds of like redundancy built in their body to make them super resilient to injury. So, if anybody in your crew is going to get beat up, I guess it would be good to have it be a Klingon, right?
Yeah. I was pretty surprised that kind of killed him, that fall, because you'd have thought he'd have been a bit more robust than that.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I suppose they probably don't have a redundant neck, but
No.
yeah, you would expect, them to have quite a, fairly dense bone structure.
Right, so we're on to Act 4 now.
Cool.
Picard questions John in his ready room, asking why he felt he needed a shuttlecraft. But John doesn't know. He just knows he's got to try to get away. John thinks Picard should let him go for the sake of his crew. Data then chimes in from the bridge to say the unknown ship is approaching with its shields up. They exit to the bridge, and Geordi thanks John for whatever he did to him when they were connected, as he's found a lot of new confidence. John says, maybe I just helped you find something you already had. Question number 5. The Zolkonian ship that's arriving is a redress of the Tyrellian ship. But what episode was this ship originally used in? Was it A, Home Soil, B, Data's Day, C, Angel 1, or D, Haven? The Zirconian ship that's arriving is a redress of the Tyrellian ship, but what episode was the ship used in? Was it Home Soil, Data's Day, Angel 1, or Haven? So that's your question. It's a pretty difficult one, isn't it?
Something I should know and don't.
Oh, it's going to have to be a guess from you, Maz. It's going to be a guess.
Yeah.
This is the first time I think we've had such a range of answers coming in from live chat.
Well, to be fair, your last few weeks, your questions have been very, very easy.
Yeah.
And we've all got them right every single time. And then we're all like drawing near the end.
I thought I'd try to spice it up tonight with some difficult ones.
It's good. It's good. I like it. It's making me think.
Yeah. Anyway, the ship's approaching, so Picard orders shields up. They answer the hail, and John immediately recognizes the guy as Sunad. He tells Picard he thinks he is dangerous. Sunad demands that John be delivered to him, as he's an escaped criminal. They've killed his companions, but he escaped, so now he must be returned so they can finish the job. Picard asks what the charges are, and Sunad tells him that it is because he is a disruptive influence and spreads lies. Picard wants more, but is told it's not his concern, and he gives him 2 hours to comply. Riker asks for a tactical analysis, and Worf reports that the ship is comparable to the Enterprise in terms of weapons and power. It's a bit of a surprise that this unknown race is got technology and a starship comparable to the flagship of the Federation. But there you go. They've done
They're
well.
quite far out as well, though, aren't they? I mean, they said at the beginning this was an unexplored region of space.
But it seems that it's just one race and one planet. You'd think the combined forces of like Vulcan, Andoria, Earth, and all the other thousands of member planets would produce a flagship that could match anything out there. But
And if these people were so advanced and have such fast ships, why haven't they explored into Federation territory?
yeah. But anyway, they have something comparable to the Enterprise. Troy confirms that Sunad meant what he was saying, but as well as the hatred for John, there was also fear. He was afraid of John. They go for a conflab in the observation lounge, and John leans out the window whilst talking. I don't know if that come up as a goof.
No. Leaned out of the window.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah, got to see a picture of that.
I mean, this is supposed to be like a 2-skin window with like the black bit in the middle being the middle bit. But he leans on the black bit and almost like...
Showing that there's no glass actually there.
Because there's nothing there. He forgets that he's supposed to act like there's glass there. But
Thick piece of glass.
a big thick piece of glass, but he doesn't. So, yeah.
Clever.
He kind of,
No, did not come up.
yeah. I don't know if you can see his hand, where his hand is actually in the window. And because it kind of leans, because that window kind of bends towards him, really his whole arm would be like in the window.
Yeah, and probably a bit of his head.
Yeah. He's like kind of looking sideways out of it. It's like peering around the back of the Enterprise. Oh, it's like there. But Yeah.
He's got to have been a pretty confident actor to have worn like a full white skin tight bodysuit.
It wouldn't work for me, that's for sure. That's,
It wouldn't work for me either.
it wouldn't be a good look for me. That suit wouldn't.
Dear.
For many different
I can't
reasons.
even imagine if I had to wear something like that. It would be
No.
really bad.
No. Picard remarks that they can't let their personal feelings get in the way of the decisions. Beverly's like, "Oh,
Sean says that he's evolving, so maybe he can pass through glass. That might just be one of his many abilities that he's manifesting."
Maybe, yeah. Jesus could walk on water. He can pass through glass. Or actually, it's not glass. It's transparent aluminum. Or transparent aluminium, as the case may be.
They liked to snuggle marbles on the 90s. They hadn't invented underarm. Oh, right.
Marble smugglers.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I thought we were still talking about the window for a second there, and then I realised where he was going.
Yeah. He's got some rolled up socks handy. Yes. Picard remarks that they can't let their personal feelings get in the way of the decisions. Beverly's like, "Oh, the irony of saving this man's life, only to hand him over to his people who are going to kill him." Yep. And that's the end of Act 4.
You know, it's one of those good old-fashioned moral dilemmas. That's what we loved about the show,
It's a good old-fashioned moral dilemma.
That's why they're missing these days.
Yeah, it is. It is.
We're just too old school, Mark, aren't
Do they? Well, we are. But do they, hand over the guy knowing he's going to be murdered, or do they save someone that they've become friends with?
Yeah, and I mean, prime directive is not to interfere with the development of lesser species, but would it apply in this kind of a case? I mean, I guess if he asked for asylum, then they'd grant it, right?
Yeah. Plus, you got to, I think, yeah, with rules like that you got to go with what the spirit of the law was intending, what situation you're in, and they're not affecting this outcome of the civilization,
exactly.
They're not doing anything of that here.
Well, they don't realize that they are, but actually that he's wanting to evolve the whole species. So I guess it kind of is.
Whoops. Whoopsies.
So, little do they know. And afterwards they're like, ooh.
Back away.
How are we going to report this to Starfleet Command? Let's just leave the last bit off the report.
Yeah. Surveyed the new sector. Nothing happened. that's log.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Nothing remarkable happened the last month. But,
the other thing about the Zarkonian ship was they had this large transparent interface thingy. And the odd thing is I saw in multiple places it says it was previously seen on the surface of Riser in the teaser for Next Generation Captain's Holiday. So it wasn't seen in the episode, it was seen in the teaser.
Oh, it was seen in the episode.
Oh, in the teaser. That's at the beginning, isn't it? Of course. I was thinking like the teaser trailer, but no, it's the teasers in the beginning, isn't it? Yeah. It was also, So it was behind the Rysian in the first appearance. Oh, yeah. I remember that now. Yeah, totally.
What we're talking about here is...
And also in Picard's alternate ready room in yesterday's Enterprise. Apparently.
So it's made up of two elements. Bear with me a sec. It's down near the bottom. Hang on a minute. No, I've gone too far. I've gone way too far. Right, there's that. Right, so here we go. Oh, I've lost it again. Right, so you can see. So this is his ship. In the background, there's this big screen thing here. And you see that panel inside. That's a combination of this panel here that was on Risa that they used to find where Picard's room was at the front. And then at the back, it's this star map thing here that was seen in yesterday's Enterprise. So it's got like loads of little Starfleet symbols and that all over it.
Oh, yeah.
But they put the riser board in front of that board, and that is what makes up this thing here. Yeah. There's also a visual goof when we've been numerous times in sick bay in this episode. They ripped the replicator out of sick bay for the most toys, for the set in the most toys.
Yeah.
And they replaced the buttons on it to look like... So there's the replicator in the most toys. They put these alien symbols on it.
Yeah.
And when they put it back into sick bay, they forgot to remove the alien symbols and put the LCARS symbols back on it. So when you see this replicator in this episode, it's got alien symbols on it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Sean says, you have to remember in America, the first ad break is about 3 minutes in. So technically, you've never watched an episode of TNG properly. What? That Americans haven't watched it properly, or that we haven't watched it properly because we haven't watched it the way they're supposed to watch it?
Yes. Yeah. Our ad breaks when it was on like Sky were at random
like 15 minutes
intervals
in.
in the middle of scenes. And then you'd come back from the advert, watch a few minutes, and it would fade to black.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, why is it faded? Why is that? And that's why. Right. Just trying to go back to where I was.
What's SNW?
What's what?
Oh, Strange New Worlds.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that comes out in June, apparently, over here.
Yeah. Oh. Sean's already watching it.
Well, how are you doing that, Sean?
He says the prime directive doesn't apply so much once you've already interfered. At that point, you've just got to limit the damage, but you've already interfered. And then he said last week, Strange New Worlds demonstrated this perfectly.
Well, how do you see that, Sean?
We don't see that yet.
No, can't see that yet because that's not out in the UK yet.
No spoilers.
No. Exciting to see that though. Exciting to see that. Yeah. Right. Anybody remember where I was?
No. The aliens want to take him away. Good old-fashioned moral dilemma.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we just talked about him leaning out the window, and that's it. Yep. So that was the end of the act. So we go to the answers to the question time. Question 5.
Right. So we had an A, a D, an A. No, yeah, an A, a D, an A, a C, a C.
Oh, that's good. We've got a good mix.
You're going to tell me it's B?
I like Sean's got friends who live in Penzance.
Yeah.
Do they sound like that? Me arties. Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. Are they pirates? Anyway. The answer is, did we have anybody say A?
Yes.
That person.
Myself, Andrew Semple, and Karen.
You were all wrong.
We were all wrong. Okay.
Did we have anybody say B?
No.
Oh. Do we have anyone say C?
Yes. Stu Plum and Mickey.
You guys were wrong, unfortunately. Did we have anyone that say D?
Sean,
you guru. And Sean's correct.
Oh.
Sorry if you hear Chewie barking in the background.
100 points for Sean. No points for anyone else. So that means that Sean's caught up to me on 120 points for second place. But Stu Plum, despite getting no points in that round, is still in the lead with 160 points.
Cool. Well done, Sean, for catching out. I said, get to the end and the big money questions start coming. And yeah.
Kaz said, Chewie, where are you?
Where are you? Chewie.
Chewie, let's see Chupo.
No, it's not there. Yeah. So congratulations, Sean. Here it is. Let me find it. Have I got proof? I think I have somewhere. Right. Yes. There we go.
That was a squeak.
I know. Hang on a minute.
I love his, not so uniform trousers. Are you familiar with Gilbert and Sullivan, or have you not had a chance to meet all the crew yet? No, haven't met. If you're talking about Strange New Worlds, haven't done any of that yet.
Right. I've just closed some doors.
Ah.
Vicky dared to go upstairs. How dare she?
Oh, I'm sure it was like his world was ending.
I know. Oh no. What was I talking about? What were you talking about?
I don't know. We just did the answer to the question
Was
answers.
there any? Oh yes, no, that was what it was. I'm with it. I know what I'm doing.
Glad someone does.
There you go. So that's the ship in
Oh,
Angel One. No, Haven. Sorry, and
nice.
that's what it looks like now. They just filled in the hole in the middle that was a glowy ball and put this like bit on top of it.
Clever.
Here's a little trivial quiz for you, Moses McBob. In filming this section, what Enterprise D did they use?
I would say 6 foot. No,
It's the 4 foot. It's the 4 foot
Ah.
model.
can't really tell from there.
No, it's difficult to tell. I was just hoping that the thickness of the saucer section might have given it.
I was looking for the knobbly bits.
Might have given it away. But yeah. Right, so we're on to Act 5, the last act. We're there already. Picard tries to negotiate with Sunad, telling him that we can be friends, but Sunad's not interested. He also asks for a detailed explanation, but again, Sunad's like, you don't need one. It's nothing to do with you. Picard tells him about John's abilities to heal people, but Sunad thinks he's lying. Sunad then employs some sort of effect that affects everyone on the Enterprise. It's an amazing ability this ship has. But what does it do? This is question number 6. Does it stop everyone breathing, stop everyone's hearts, stop everyone blinking, or stop everyone from being able to see? So A, B, C, or D. Does it stop everyone breathing? Does it stop their hearts? Does it stop them blinking? Or does it stop them from being able to see?
Can you imagine stopping them from blinking? It'd be like, you'd still be able to go about your day, but you'd be like, my eyes are getting a bit dry now.
Pouring water in their eyes.
Yeah. Where's my eye drops?
Yep. While we're doing that, just going back to the other thing. And I believe it was in that scene we see Russell. Not the one we got there, but when everybody are choking, we see Russell was at a console and he can't breathe. I haven't got a picture of it, I don't think. Have I?
What, just when they go out in the corridor?
Yeah.
Oh.
Russell was doing... he's on the bridge.
Oh.
He was on the bridge when they rendezvous with the Zirconians, experienced the suffocating weapon.
Oh.
Oh, I've given the answer. Has everybody... Damn it!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, guess there's only one person who hasn't answered.
Oh, well, the answer. Go. Whoopsies. The answer.
Andrew, I've got to ask, have you seen this episode? Or are you just having a laugh by getting 0
He
points?
just wants 0 points now. He wants the 0. He wants that score. Yes, the answer was A. Everyone stops breathing. So yeah. No, I don't have a picture of Russell, unfortunately. But apparently he was on the bridge now at the end. Yeah. So in sick bay, you right there? You got you?
Yeah,
you,
just
have you
trying to
noted
do
down? Good luck. With in sick bay, John heals Crusher out of it, and while he does that, he remembers who he is. He then goes about the Enterprise healing people before healing the whole ship. He then goes to the bridge and confronts Sunad, who orders his weapons officer to open fire on the Enterprise. But just as he does that, though, John transports Sunad onto the bridge of the Enterprise. It turns out his species is on the cusp of metamorphosis into another life form. But Sunad and his like are murdered before they can enter the metamorphosis phase. John, though, has finally managed to survive with the Enterprise's help. He then transforms into a guy in a morph suit. And he offers Sunad to transform him to show him how wonderful it is, but surprisingly Sunad doesn't want that. John promises him that those who want will now be able to listen to him, and, he's going to transform their race. He transports Sunad back to the ship, and Sunad's ship does a runner. John thanks Beverly and the crew. He turns into a ball of light and exits the bridge top window. And thusly.
They do, these aliens, they do like to turn into a ball of light.
Yeah.
This is a nice shot. You can see right up everybody's nostrils.
Yeah. Whoosh. They love a ball of light on this show.
I got a question for you, Monty Bam.
Okay.
Which named shuttlecraft was he trying to pinch?
The Elbaz?
Yeah. And who was that named after?
Shuttle pod number 5. That was named after a writer?
No, it was a real-life interplanetary geologist called Farouk Elbaz.
Ah.
Worked at NASA.
Have we had that question before?
The Elbaz has been referred to before, yeah. It has, which is why I thought you might have remembered. And, you don't get to answer questions, so I thought I'd throw one at you.
Yeah. So that was the end of the episode. That was it. He turned into a ball of light, disappeared, and was never seen again.
That effect where he was all glowy was really easy for them to do because they actually had him wear like a morph suit made of this special material, which then when they filmed it, it reacted in a certain way, which sort of caused a glowing effect. But it is quite funny when he sort of turns around. You can clearly see from the wrinkles and
oversized
stuff,
morph suit. It was really easy to do because it looked shite.
Yeah. It's funny. And apparently the musical score in the final scene as he's leaving was then reused for All Good Things, Part 1.
Oh.
Apparently so.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty much.
So that was it. If you want to start thinking about what scores you want to give this episode and putting them into chat, let us know.
Where's my scoring thing?
What scores you want to give it. And
oh, that's not it. Oh God, it's just fallen on the floor. Hang on, I'm going to pick it.
Oh dear. Is she going to come back up? She's gone down there. Is she going to get back up? There we go.
I got it.
Well done.
It fell off the back of my desk.
So I suppose the question is.
Got it.
The question is who won the quiz?
Oh, who won the quiz? Who won the quiz? Who do you think won the quiz? Who is the champione of the season?
I'm going to go say you. Did you win?
No.
Oh.
Who is the champione of the season?
Stuplum.
Yes. He won by 40 points. So Stuplum was on 280. Then myself and Sean were on 240. Mickey and Kaz were on 200. And And Andrew said, "Oh, I like how you said that as soon as I got some points." And I'm like, "What points? You said they weren't able to see. They were suffocating. You didn't get any points. You ended on
Oh,
0."
oh, that's sad.
Ah, poor Andrew.
Poor
0
Andrew.
points. You did very well the last couple of weeks, Andrew, though.
That's true. He is currently in third place with
Yeah.
bronze, in the bronze position. Stu Plum gets another one now and puts his total to 9 for the season, and he's our season champion. If Andrew gets if he can win next week, Best of Both Worlds Part 1, he'll tie silver place with Karen and Mickey. So it's all to play for.
World's Part 1 and 2.
Well, I might have a 2-part quiz.
Right, okay.
The first bit for season 1 and the second one
Oh,
bit for
yeah,
season
and then
2.
it counts for part
season
2 or
3
count.
and 4. Yeah.
Oh, God. Tomorrow, next week's going to be a long one.
Next week's going to be a bit of a.
I mean, we'll have to somehow rattle through it more quicker, but because else it's going to be like 3 hours. We'll be there till midnight.
I've done something to this. What's happened here? Is it?
You're not having spreadsheet problems again, are you?
No, the I don't know. The screen's in the wrong place. I don't know why.
So we've got Mickey 6, Sean 6, Duplum 6. Pretty resounding 6. Chaos on the Bridge, which is great watch. It talks about setting up the cliffhanger in case Picard didn't come back. They were ready to write him out. Oh, really?
Is that right? Is that true?
They've possibly written Picard out.
I don't. Wow, that
It's been insane.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it, if they did? I mean, it wouldn't be, but I mean that they were thinking that way. I hadn't heard that before. Although I have watched Chaos on the Bridge, I think. So maybe, but then again, my mind is like a sieve these days with too much blood wine. Another good one, if you like that, is the Deep Space Nine one, the Deep Space Nine documentary on Amazon Prime.
Chaos on the Station?
Hey?
Is it Chaos on the Station?
No, it's called... what is it called?
So that's why he was assimilated. And he was gone so they could keep him gone if they needed to.
What We Left Behind. The Deep Space Nine documentary, What We Left Behind, is really good. I recommend that if anybody hasn't seen that. It's great. They get all the writers together, and they storyboard out what a season 8 of Deep Space Nine would look like now if they had the go ahead to bring everybody back. It's great. They had some really brilliant ideas.
Oh wow! I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Like making Dr. Bashir the head of Sector 86 or whatever it's called.
Section 31.
Section 31. Yeah, making Bashir the head of Section 31, and Bashir's gone a bit like evil.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's married to Ezri, and anyway, it is good. It's interesting.
They could start their own new Psychor or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what was your scores? Ready? You got your score ready?
I do.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. What do you hear?
Ching!
Ah.
Well, there you go. Kaz said 6 as well. Stu Plum 6, Mickey 6, Sean 6, you 6, I 6. It's a pretty resounding 6.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give G a 6 then. No,
he'll probably come in with like a 2 or a 10 just to be awkward.
I probably will, yeah. We haven't got G scores right now, but I'll just share the score sheet so you can see.
And a 6 from Andrew. Just to really ram up that 6 home.
There's Stu Plum on 9. With Mickey and
Nicely
Karen on
done.
5 and Andrew on 4. You were nearly up there, Maz and Bob. You were leading for most of tonight, but didn't quite get that number 4. Obviously, these last 2 episodes we haven't got G's score, so they're quite low at the moment. But depending on what he gives it, I guess.
You may as well put in next week's episode and just give it a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
You don't know. You never know. I always say that the things you're really looking forward to and think it's going to be really good, and then you watch it and think, oh, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. So you never know.
No.
Maybe we'll be disappointed
No.
next week.
I've watched it so many times. I know how much I love it.
Yeah. So
Although I shouldn't be saying that, because last time we bigged up an episode, then Mickey was disappointed.
that's right. It's rubbish, Mickey.
Mickey,
Next episode's
don't listen.
rubbish.
It's crap. Yeah, just.
Don't listen to Mouse. She doesn't know.
So for those of you that are joining us this week, remember we are doing both parts 1 and 2. So you have 2 episodes to watch, 2 whole episodes.
2 episodes, part 1 and 2. We're going to be doing it all next week, so it's probably going to be a couple of hour live stream to get through it. But we'll try to. I'll try.
You'll be able to stay up for it, Stupla.
Yeah, I won't. I'll reduce my notes. I will reduce my notes to save some time. But yeah, lots of questions, lots to go through. There'll be lots of trivia.
Maybe we could get a couple people on. I mean, I know that would probably extend it, but we can maybe have a few people come on just to give their view of the end of the season. Might be good.
Yep. And also, I want to say G-Star's coming on for next week for the finale.
Oh, yeah.
Also, he's working on a big special video, like a mini documentary for the channel.
Nice.
That's hopefully going to be released sometime in the next week. So look out for that special G-Star Vault sometime in the next week, which is quite exciting. With over 280 subscribers now. So yeah.
Wasn't it 250 last week?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we've been getting between 3 and 5
Golly.
subscribers a day on the Vault. So
Nice.
it's going places. It's going places.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it for Transfigurations. That's pretty much it for season 3. We'll join you same time next week for Best of Both
So
Worlds.
excited.
And we'll see you then. Enjoy. The other thing I was going to say was, because of Eurovision tomorrow, I'm going to try to get on the other channel with a fortnight live stream a bit earlier than normal. So there will be a fortnight live stream on the Montalban channel tomorrow, but it'll be earlier than I normally come on. So if you want to come and chat, come then. I think that was it. Enjoy Eurovision. For those people out there watching Eurovision on the weekend, enjoy that, guys. Cheer our
Majran Stuplum.
Sam, whatever his name is, TikTok guy representing the UK. Fingers crossed for him. Yeah, we'll see you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Goodbye, lovely people.
Cheers, guys. Oh, and thank you. Thank you to Sean, Andrew, Karen, Nikki, Smiler Rainbow,
Vloddy.
and anybody
Did we
else.
miss anyone?
Anybody else that's
Kaz,
watching.
Mickey. I said them all, I think.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone joining in and contributing, as always. The show wouldn't be what it is without you guys. So thank you very much. We really appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.